Welcome back to Yo Bike Beat. You know that feeling when something familiar gets a sleek upgrade, like seeing an old friend looking sharper and smarter? That's exactly what the 2025 Honda Wave 125 gives you. It doesn't scream flashy, but it whispers reliability, efficiency, and Honda engineering refined. Slide into the cockpit and the first thing that hits you is the clean, purposeful design. The underbone frame stays true to the Wave DNA, but Honda has added sharper panels, a more defined fairing, and new color schemes that elevate its street presence. The slim profile and fresh styling, think sporty yet unpretentious, make it look ready for daily city action without using a ton of plastic. Press the starter and the 125 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, four-stroke SOHC engine hums to life. Think efficiency, not fireworks. It's built for consistency, not competition. With automatic centrifugal clutch and 4-speed rotary transmission, riding is easy even for beginners. The engine has been tuned slightly for better fuel economy and smoother response. Speaking of fuel, real-world tests suggest a mileage of well over 50 km per liter for PGMFI models. Some sources even hint at figures near 56 km per liter. Handling is straightforward and confidence-inspiring. Telescopic front forks and a rear swing arm with twin shocks soak up uneven urban roads, while the lightweight frame, hovering around 97 to 101 kilograms, makes maneuvering through tight lanes a breeze. Braking is practical. A disc at the front, on-disc variants, and drum at the rear. Not supercharged safety tech, but effective and cost-conscious for everyday use. Comfort is solid too. The seat height of around 760 mm is accessible for most riders, and the long seat cushions both rider and pillion without feeling cramped. If you're asking, what about tech? Expect functionality over flash. A basic analog cockpit, speedometer, odometer, fuel gauge, indicator lights gets the job done. No TFT displays or Bluetooth gimmicks, but no distractions either. On to the price, which is often the heart of the matter. In markets like the Philippines, its nearest sibling, the Wave RSX, 109 cubic centimeters, is priced between 62,900 to 64,900 Cuban pesos depending on variant. While the 125 cubic centimeters model hasn't revealed exact MSRPs just yet, we can reasonably expect it to stay in a competitive commuter range, perhaps slightly higher but still accessible. The features to cost balance suggests it won't stray far from that ballpark. So what makes the 2025 Wave 125 sell itself? First, the legacy. Honda knows how to build bulletproof, fuss-free underbones. Second, the fuel economy. It's a wallet-friendly champ in traffic-choked cities. Third, it looks refreshed without being wild. Honda wisely balances flair with practicality. Fourth, it's easy to ride, maintain, and live with, perfect for new riders, delivery crews, and daily commuters. In everyday use, it's a zen machine. No loud engine buzz, no confusing gizmos, just smooth progress from A to B. And that's its beauty. The 2025 Honda Wave 125 isn't trying to be the most exciting bike on two wheels. It's aiming to be the most dependable one, and probably succeeding. Would I ride this as a main commuter in a traffic-heavy city? Absolutely. It delivers a silent, fuel-saving, utterly reliable commute. Need a weekend run to your friend's place? Go ahead, it's comfortable enough. Want to save on maintenance and still feel confident? Done. Toyota has the Corolla, Honda has the Wave. And the 2025 iteration has upped its game just enough to stay in the conversation, practical, efficient, dependable, and smarter looking than before. There's a reason the Honda Wave name still carries weight after more than 2 decades. In Southeast Asia, in parts of South America, and even in Europe, the Wave is a household name, synonymous with fuel efficiency, simplicity, and longevity. The 2025 Honda Wave 125 is the latest chapter in that story. And while it doesn't look like a radical reinvention, it's a fine-tuned machine built to continue the legend. The first thing you notice is the sharper, more modern bodywork. Honda hasn't gone futuristic with crazy angles, but they've added just enough style to make the Wave 125 feel current. The side panels taper more aggressively, the front cowl gets a bolder line, and the headlight looks cleaner and brighter with a redesigned housing. Colorways vary by market, but expect a mix of metallic finishes and some sportier two-tone versions that keep it looking fresh without straying from Honda's conservative aesthetic. It's practical, yes, but it doesn't look dated. Hop on the seat and you'll find a riding position that's upright, neutral, and comfortable for daily use. The seat height, at around 760 mm, is approachable for shorter riders, and the overall slim profile of the bike makes it feel smaller than it really is. For city streets where squeezing between cars is an everyday reality, that compact size is a major advantage. At about 97 to 101 kilograms depending on variant, the Wave 125 feels nimble, easy to flick around, and manageable even in stop-and-go traffic. Now let's touch on price. In markets like the Philippines, the closest sibling, the Wave RSX 110, is priced between 62,900 Cuban pesos and 64,900 Cuban pesos depending on variant. The 125, with its larger engine and updated styling, is expected to command a slightly higher price, likely in the range of 68,000 Cuban pesos to 72,000 Cuban pesos. That keeps it firmly in the accessible commuter segment. For comparison, rivals like the Yamaha Sight or Suzuki Smash often sit in a similar bracket, but Honda's resale value and reputation for longevity often tilt the scales in its favor. Riding the Wave 125 feels a lot like riding an old friend that's learned a few new tricks. The engine hum is gentle, the gearbox clicks into place with a reassuring feel, and the lightweight chassis encourages you to take the longer route just because you can. It's not a performance machine, but that's exactly the point. It's steady, predictable, and it lets you focus on the road rather than worrying about the machine beneath you. In a world where motorcycles are increasingly packed with tech, features, and complexity, there's something refreshing about a bike that just works. No drama, no distractions, just smooth commuting. The 2025 Honda Wave 125 embodies that philosophy. So, who is this bike for? If you're a first-time rider who wants a forgiving, easy-to-learn machine, this is perfect. If you're a daily commuter tired of unpredictable public transport costs, this is a reliable escape. If you're a delivery rider, the Wave 125 offers the balance of fuel efficiency, comfort, and ease of maintenance that keeps profits in your pocket. And if you just want a second bike at home, a dependable machine that anyone in the family can ride confidently, this one ticks that box too. The Wave is more than just a motorcycle. In many communities, it's part of the culture. You'll see them parked outside schools, offices, sari-sari stores, or lined up at jeepney terminals. They've become the silent workhorses of urban mobility. And the 2025 model, with its refined design and continued focus on affordability, ensures that legacy continues. When I think about the 2025 Honda Wave 125, I think of words like dependable, efficient, and timeless. It's not a machine that demands attention, it earns it. Quietly, consistently, every single day. So, would I recommend it? Absolutely. If what you want is a stress-free, cost-effective, easy-to-ride commuter, the 2025 Wave 125 should be near the top of your list. It won't set your pulse racing like a sport bike, but it will win you over with its practicality, savings, and Honda's signature build quality. And in today's world, that might just make it the smarter choice. This is Bike Beat, and that was our deep dive into the 2025 Honda Wave 125.